Hello everyone, it's time for another EU News update, and we have a whole lot to talk about today. For any products that you see in this video, there will be links in the description to either buy or pre-order them. For anything you get off Amazon, be sure to go to smile.amazon.com to have a portion of what you spend, at no additional cost to you, go towards the Twin Suns Foundation, a charity dedicated to donating Star Wars books to schools and hospitals. Speaking of which, there is an ongoing fundraiser right now, and it's coming along pretty well. We have reached 60% of our goal, the proceeds of which will be used to donate Star Wars books to two children's hospitals, the Scottish Rite Hospital for Children in Dallas and the Children's Medical Center of Dallas. Hitting $1,000 is our goal, and I'd be very grateful if you helped us reach it. But if we're able to exceed that goal, that just means we can donate even more books to these kids. And our friends at the 501st Legion Star Garrison will even be able to donate them in full Star Wars costumes, which I'm sure will make those kids' day. A link to donate will be in the description, and if you want to be even more awesome, please help spread it around. A new EU Black Series figure has been revealed, part of GameStop's Gaming Greats line, which has been a continuing source for Legends merchandise for a while now. This time, it's the B1 battle droid from the video game Republic Commando. It's that creepy white zombie looking one that you end up fighting waves of in the game. It'll go pretty well with the rest of the Delta Squad figures that Hasbro has been releasing lately. It became available for pre-order on September 15th on GameStop's website and is set to release in spring 2023. The EU lives on in the Gaming Greats line, but that's not the only place it lives on. I was checking out my local Barnes & Noble the other day, and I'm happy to report that in the Star Wars section, our so-called non-canon timeline that hasn't seen a new Star Wars book in almost a decade now, was outnumbering the new Disney canon books, and by a lot. As distasteful as many of us find the Legends banner to be, it's because of fans buying the reprinted books and the Essential Legends collections with virtually no promotion or fanfare. Our continuity is thriving. Lucasfilm and Del Rey are smart enough to see where the money is coming from, and that's why Legends continues to be printed. And I'm so proud of all of you for helping that timeline live on in these dark times. The only thing that's left is dispelling that one little thing that's keeping Lucasfilm from just biting the bullet and convincing them to make brand new Legend stories. I think that day might be even closer than we think. Speaking of which, in my last news update, I talked about a petition created by the Star Wars Timeline YouTube channel to reprint the Young Jedi Knights books. Definitely ones that deserve to be reprinted. Well, now he has another petition to release the Sword of the Jedi Trilogy. I know online petitions have a reputation of not being able to affect anything, but it's harmless at worst, and at best it can be a good indicator of how many people want to get new Legends books, both new and reprinted. If you're interested, a link to both are in the description. For book and comic news, we have a whole lot to cover. On September 6th, Star Wars Epic Collection The Empire Volume 7 was released. This includes Boba Fett Blood Ties, and Blood Ties Boba Fett is Dead, Empire Issues 1 through 4, Underworld The Yavin Vasilika, and a few Star Wars Tales comics. On September 14th, we received two Barnes & Noble exclusive leather-bound hardcover Star Wars collections. First is the Tales of Kenobi, which include the Kenobi novel by John Jackson Miller and The Approaching Storm by Alan Dean Foster. Second is the Bounty Hunter Wars, which include the Bounty Hunter Wars trilogy by K.W. Jeter. They're pretty pricey, but they look nice. Previously in this format, we saw the release of the Han Solo trilogy and the original Star Wars trilogy. If these do well, maybe we can get other Star Wars trilogies in this format, like the Thrawn trilogy, the Jedi Academy trilogy, and the Darth Bane trilogy, and so on. In international news, which I always love talking about, France will see the release of The Rise of the Sith Volume 1 on September 28th, which will contain some of the comics leading up to The Phantom Menace. On September 1st, Italy saw the release of the Knights of the Old Republic Volume 3, which includes Knights of the Old Republic issues 38 through 50, and all 5 issues of Knights of the Old Republic War. And on September 15th, Italy also received Star Wars Classic Volume 10, which contains the original Marvel Star Wars comic run, issues 81 through 89. And according to Alex Vinogradov on Twitter, Luke Skywalker in the Shadows of Endor was released in Russia for the first time. If you happen to be from any of these countries, you've got something to look forward to. And finally, in the Old Republic MMO news, did you know that this game is ridiculously popular? This game is currently the only source of new EU/Legends material, and subscribers have done their part in ensuring that this 10-year-old MMO will continue to update for years to come. Because as it turns out, a SWTOR subscription is one of the top-selling items on Steam. That is absolutely crazy. Though this game is free to download normally, you get some bonus content if you buy it off Steam. And that's enough to put it in the top sellers list on Steam. Maybe the people asking for SWTOR to be put on consoles have a point. For all we know, it might be a top-selling game on the Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox as well. But what do you all think? Let me know in the comments below.